Hello, lovely, lovely Leos. I hope you're having a fabulous Friday or whenever this reading finds you. It's your reading at that time. I was getting the Sun card for you immediately when I started to tune into your energy. So it does talk about happiness, freedom, things coming to light, truth, clarity, confidence as well. Now, as I was kind of tuning into your energy, I was kind of seated upright, allowing that chakra energy to flow up and down, and they drew my attention to my backbone. So the backbone, if you have a backbone, is kind of also talking about having confidence. So the Sun card and backbone together, I feel like they're telling me growing a backbone, which sounds rude because that implies you haven't had one so far. So it's like you are maybe getting your mojo back, but it feels more like growing in confidence, or braving something, like something where you've had fear before. Now you're gonna stand up bravely and confidently. So it could be like doing something you haven't done before, or just putting yourself into a position that's not your comfort zone, something like that. Perhaps also, obviously, if they're giving me backbone, beware of your back, especially say if you're doing heavy lifting or anything like that. Also, you're going to notice I keep tripping over my words. This is the second time I've done my introduction, and as I was about to start your reading, I had like a bubble in my throat, and I keep mixing up my words. Like my words are getting all jumbled. So again, it could be talking about nervousness. Again, perhaps you're doing something that makes you nervous. So you need confidence, you need the backbone. But yeah, if you're doing anything like heavy lifting, obviously do the whole thing about bending with your knees, keeping your back straight, don't strain yourself. I need to speak to my dad. My dad's a Leo and he's forever moving heavy things about, so I need to give him a bit of a heads up on that one. Yeah, so bravery, confidence. Then they were giving me Guess Who, which is a board game. Guess Who, I don't know if every country has this, but it's like you have different rows of people, and you have to figure out who the other player has. So you ask things like, do they wear glasses, do they have red hair, is it a man or a woman, questions like this to figure out and narrow down who it is. And then so I don't know if there's something like that where it's like, it could be somebody saying guess who, when people like sneak up on you from behind and say guess who. It could be that, or it could be literally playing board games. I have been getting a lot of board games. My son was watching a YouTuber that he likes this morning. Cannot remember the name of him, but he was playing a computer game version of the Game of Life, again a board game. And I remember this morning looking up at my Monopoly and my Spirograph on top of my wardrobe. So board games are definitely getting my attention. They were giving me something then, but it's very specific to somebody, so I'm not going to say that because I feel like that's too specific. I say that after talking about my dad, but I don't know. You don't know like who's going to be comfortable with things and who's not. So board games, Guess Who, could be something to do with now. I have a touch of face blindness. It's getting better, actually. I've been working on it, but what this means is that instead of seeing a whole face, a bit like an entire jigsaw puzzle, you see the face in parts. So for example, if someone changes like their glasses and they wear a hat and they walk differently, sometimes that can mess with my head and I can't recognise them. Sometimes it's really upsetting. My dad says I walk past him all the time in the centre of town. I just don't see him because there's something different about his appearance. He's not where I'm expecting to see him. So that could be something for somebody, like you see somebody after a period of time. Perhaps there's something different about their appearance. Then they were giving me what's this? Yeah, sorry, just checking my notes, I've said that. And then they were giving me like a lion's mane, and they were drawing my attention to the word Main. So I thought maybe someone lives on like Main Street, but then they were giving me like on Main, so somebody could live on Main. But I had to Google it because I wasn't sure. But people say like on Main, or it's I'm not going to say the first word, but it's something on Main, and it's in reference to when somebody's your main, it's like they're your number one, they're your your best friend. It's like that's your person, And I was hearing got your back. So it's like your best friend's got your back. Perhaps some of you are getting the confidence to approach like your main squeeze. I'm so old. It's like on main, I had to Google it. At least I know what Urban Dictionary is, right? Your main squeeze. So then the song that randomized for you was Poison by Rita Ora, the acoustic version, which is I pick my poison and it's you. So it's almost this like, it's almost like it should be happy. It's like somebody's approaching somebody that they really like, about to tell them perhaps how they feel, about to perhaps take the relationship to the next level. Perhaps it's been a dating thing for a while and now it's like, let's make this official. Let's, you know, be committed to each other. It could be something like that, but you know, you don't know how the other person's going to feel, or perhaps you've got a choice between two different people and it's like, I'm choosing, it's like, you know, neither option's perfect. And it's like, well, and it doesn't mean you're necessarily choosing between people. It's like, you know, maybe you were choosing between a person and career, you know, different things. But it's like, whatever your choices were, there was some kind of downside to each of them. Like, there's like a sacrifice to be made no matter which route you choose, perhaps. So yeah, I don't know. Trying to get over how bad I want you so much. I tried to stop, but I keep on coming back for more. So somebody, it sounds like somebody's made the choice and they've got to have the confidence and bravery to go after their choice or to speak their truth. Again, a lot of tongue-tiedness. It's funny, look what's on the bottom, talking about not being able to speak your truth. Dark matter with the, it's like a mouth is covered. Mystery, dark matter, secrets. Perhaps you just don't know what the other person's going to say. All right then, Leo. So I'm going to pull you some cards. We're going to investigate them a little bit. I'm going to get you some advice. And then I'm going to pull you a crystal as well at the end of the reading. Just in case any of you are interested in getting crystals, we'll see what the universe has for you today as a suggestion. So Leo, please, reading for Friday. Friday, Leo and energy. Something's flipped. There's definitely secrets. There's definitely things that are being hidden here. You've got two cards. You've got home and earth and motion and air. So air and earth. So 22 and 15, which would be a 4 and a 6, which would be a 10. Okay, so you're doing a little bit of random maths there. Can you see these cards okay? My camera's a little bit closer. Sorry, that was my hair. My camera's a little bit closer today because I wanted you to be able to see the detail of the cards. So you've got motion and home. Fours are about stability and foundation, so home is definitely something here. Now you can see this kind of swirl behind her, the motion of these horses coming through the air and then this swirl. So what I'm getting now, you're obviously a fire sign, Leo, but I don't know if you've got a lot of air and earth in your chart, or you're dealing with somebody who has a lot of air in the earth in their chart. It's like this combination of air energy and earth energy. So this would be swords and pentacles. So I'm getting this, I'm hearing cooperation, this cooperation between logic and kind of being more grounded and practical. I'm going to just check that you can still see those on the camera. Beautiful. So on the bottom, you've got West. Never eat shredded wheat. Okay, there's the missing puzzle piece. It's so funny. I've been playing a computer game and talking about the missing puzzle piece, and here it is. I've been looking for it, and you've got a number 4 as well. So definitely something about completing something. I'm getting journey home. Some of you, it's something about a journey home, completing a journey home. Let's keep going. I'll interpret after I've kind of got the first set of cards on the table. Leo, Friday. Ooh, gosh, getting a lot of cards here, Leo. Making it hard work for me. Cancer got this card. You could have a Cancer that you're connected to. You could be on the cusp. And Wolverine there as well. Let's just move these over. I may have to expand the view a little bit to get all these on camera. Wolverine, fierceness. That's the bravery. That's the backbone there. Beauty, swan, will, tiger, and work, beaver. Yeah, with this Wolverine and the tiger, there's definitely something that's like requiring a lot of willpower. It could be something to do with work. Again, it could be like asking for a promotion or something. But I'm getting collaboration. And you're pushing through it. Now, the Will card here does talk about the goddess, I think it's Kali, who was a goddess associated with something similar to the Tower card energy. It's kind of destruction and chaos to make way for progress. It's like anything that doesn't work will be removed. And here you have work. Right, just keep going. Struggling at the moment, I'm not going to lie, but we'll keep pushing through. Keep on pushing through, I want to say. There's something that's taking a lot of willpower and bravery and fierceness for you to push through. Perhaps it's something at work that you're pushing through. Some kind of new project or a different way of doing things, and you're pushing it through. Really interesting. This central beauty and work together. Something about this combination. I would recommend, if this particular energy is relevant for you, go and watch Cancer's reading, because there was something interesting in that to do with the work card and kind of like appearances and beauty. Friday, Leo. Friday, Leo, please. Friday, Leo. They're telling me Beauty and the Beast. Assessing. First quarter moon and fear. Yeah, I kind of knew we were going to see that card. I'm surprised we didn't see the crow card as well. Fear. Yeah, inner fear. Some again, bravery, because I feel like you're facing something to do with your inner fears. I feel like this is you, Leo. What number have we got on that card there? 11. Patience on the underlying. Perhaps you're having to be patient, but the not knowing is what's giving you time to get into your own head. Could be something going through some kind of assessment phase. With, again, work, it's like a project. It's being assessed. I'm just noticing as well the bubbles here on the Swan card. Aries and Taurus had something about being in your own energy bubble, your own energy field, but also being able to either combine. So if you imagine everybody's in a bubble of energy, you can combine those bubbles and have a bigger bubble, and then you can separate those bubbles. Maybe it's one of those, are they called a Venn diagram? V-E-N-N, is it? Where it's like circles, and then you put the circles and overlap them, and then there's like the space in between the two circles that's like something else. I can't explain it very well. I'm not a mathematician. What are they giving me? They're giving me a Madonna song called More. Once upon a time I had plenty of nothing, which was fine with me, 'cause I had rhythm, music, love, the sun, the stars, and the moon above, and the clear blue sky, and the deep blue sea. That was when the best things in life were free. Well, time went by and now I've played, right. But there's a specific line where it goes, I'm no mathematician, all I know is addition, I find counting a bore. Got to fill your cupboard, remember Mother Hubbard. So maybe somebody's from a more humble background, a background where they didn't have a lot, and they've perhaps vowed, I'm hearing vowed, made a commitment to the self, I'm hearing, to not be in those kind of situations again. So they've worked very, very, very hard. I did a reading this week where... just trying to remember which reading it was. It could have been... I'm not sure which reading it was. I did a reading called The Ranch, and then there was another, there was Unchained. There was the Unchained reading. It was the Unchained reading where somebody was getting unchained from something. Excuse me a second. Sorry about the interruption again with tongue twistedness. There was a reading where there was something about somebody getting unchained, and I forgot what I was saying in that. Maybe they've redirected me for a reason, because what I was then getting just in the little break was I feel like this is two separate energies. I can see it. It's two separate energies. Okay, if I go like this, And I hope you can still see. Oh, also I found my ring in the meantime. This little heart ring. I'd lost it and I was really sad. I was looking for it before I started your reading, and in the meantime I had a bit of a brainwave about where it was going to be. I feel like now they're giving me, feels like you've got the most unbelievable blue eyes I've ever seen. What is that? I love you always, always forever, right? So I feel like, I'm just making a note, I love you always forever. My energy has switched and I feel like I'm definitely dealing with two different people in this reading. More Madonna. Oh, that's what I was saying. So the original thing I was going to say, I feel like I could be dealing with a similar thing with that reading, with the Unchained reading, where it's like somebody who's never had to work for money, and then somebody who has worked very, very hard for everything that they had. It could be that Unchained reading coming through here, but I'm getting something else. I don't know if there's three energies. Right. So we've got this energy here. I don't know if you're one energy and this is two different energies that you're dealing with. I want to say that this is the mathematician. So you've got somebody here who's operating from earth energy. Now, whether this is an earth sign or whether this is just somebody who's grounded, earthy. It could be there's two sides of the brain as well. Somebody who's grounded, earthy, practical, stable, hardworking, committed to what they do, very logical, very, very analytical, very mathematical. If you just look at the kind of, oh, look at that as well. Like I'd put that up there with this person. I almost feel like, if I was to, I feel like the fear is with this person. And I feel like this is this energy up here. Right. Depth, like a deep dive as well. There's emotions. There's emotions. Okay. So somebody is like this, or at least we're talking about one side of the brain, the kind of mathematical, analytical side of the brain that puts all the pieces together, really finally sees something, really completes, like gathering the evidence and seeing the bigger picture. It's like, it could be that something is literally completing for you, like a cycle of your life is completing in regards to your home life. Somebody's being very earthy, very practical, very work. I'm hearing business focused, very interested in work, very much seeing things for like the practical reasons, I think, with this beaver card. Because the story of this beaver card is the beaver was, it had a beautiful tail, a big fluffy tail. And again, you can go and watch Cancer's reading where this featured heavily. There's a spillover definitely from Cancer's reading. The beaver was obsessed with how they looked, and they were trying to show off their big fluffy tail, and nobody was impressed until eventually the tail got flattened. The beaver was sad because they were like, I'm not beautiful anymore. But the table again with the tongue twisters, the tail had a lot of different practical uses. So the other animals were finally impressed by the beaver's tail because they put it to hard work, like they put it to good use. It was valuable. So yeah, there's this energy that's like grounded, assessing, like firing synapses, but it's almost coming in with this like overthinking or paranoia energy, I want to say. Now over here, we have this other energy, and again, it could be two sides of the self, or perhaps the more masculine side, the more feminine side. Doesn't have to be. You can take gender roles out and flip them around as you need to in these readings. But there's this other energy that's very, very fierce. I want to say this person is more about the surface, like the outer core, the beauty, the appearances. So again, like the beaver's tail, it's almost like with assessing, it's like a reassessment, no longer looking at the surface level of things, but taking a deeper dive, right, with the lake card there, taking a deeper dive and looking under the surface and seeing things from a more practical perspective. I'm just seeing if there's anything else I'm getting. This feels like air and fire. So this could be something about parts of yourself, air and fire. Very, they're telling me combustible, very combustible. And again, with the fierceness of the Wolverine and the will of the tiger, this person has a lot of force to them. Again, with these, like, this is Sagittarius for me, these horses. This drive, ambition, fierceness, willpower, like Queen of Wands energy, like attractive. It could all be you, Leo. I want to say that this could be your surface level, you know, the way you present, the way you appear to people, you know, feisty, that like Leo, like, you know, they're telling me appearances can be deceiving. Appearances can be deceiving. So it's like perhaps people judge you on the surface value. Perhaps you are very attractive. You don't have to be a woman, by the way, however you identify. But having... maybe it's like that brave face as well, the brave face you put on, you know, the charm, the magnetic personality. But underneath, you are very, very stable, very hardworking, very analytical. They're telling me there's more than meets the eye. There's depth here. So I feel like the analysing side is where the fear comes in. Okay. Wow. So let's take a look at the brief descriptions of these cards and see if we get anything else. Let's start with Wolverine there. Number 5. Fierceness. We should develop a sense of healthy fierceness. I mean, I was saying to you, Leo, like grow a backbone or use your backbone, right? That, like, be confident, it could also be like putting on a brave face, or even like perhaps this is to do with work, and your kind of groundedness, your attention to detail, your dependability, you know, your reliability, the care that Leo has. Perhaps somebody has Mars in Leo as well, like the care and attention to detail and the commitment that you put into what you do. And then it's almost like perhaps they're showing me Dragon's Den, which is funny because somebody on Twitter tweeted something about Dragon's Den today. It's like Dragon's Den, like this is the project, this is what you've put all your effort into, but now you've got to sell it. So it's almost like this is the sell, right? You've got to be brave, you've got to be passionate, you've got, I mean, you are passionate about it, I want to say, but this is like showing that you're passionate, or showing off the project to, like, it's like the polished version of the thing you've been working on. So it's like the shine on the shoes, you know, the shoes, the cobblers made them, they're a good pair of shoes, they're solid, they're dependable, they're going to last a long time, they're made out of good quality materials. They're telling me like, you know, that fairy tale about the little elves that come and help the shoemaker and the elves, I don't know, but it's like, you know, it's like you've got to shine them. Perhaps if you are going for something like a job interview, or like you're going to sell something, like shine your shoes. Like, yes, you're selling the thing. Yes, you're selling the project, the thing that you've worked hard on. But this is like, you need to make sure you're kind of also selling yourself as well. You know, you're selling, you're part of the package, I want to say. It's like you're the developer, you're the person. It's like things sell better when they've got a personal story attached. Someone else had this, I can't think who it was. Like, things sell better when there's humanity to it. So perhaps you need to be the figurehead of whatever this is, and to show up with like your best foot forward. I'm just sort of seeing a foot forward, your best foot forward. Like, you know, get your hair cut, get your shoes polished, you know, iron your clothes. They're telling me something, but I can only pick out face and detail. Like, studied face is a detail. I can't hear what else. I can't hear the full sentence. We should develop a sense of healthy fierceness. Right now, do not shy away from things that confront you. Like, face your fears. Face your fears. That's what this reading's about. But choose carefully how you act. You can be fierce, but not angry. Loyalty is important right now. Fierce, but not angry. Okay, completion. Every cycle comes to a close. Do not resist the end of something. Didn't I say before 6 and 4 make 10? That's like completion, closing. Do not resist the end of something, because the end heralds a new beginning. Complete the project. Be the finisher. Be not afraid of death. It is a part of life. And it says the element of this is earth. And then we have earth right here. So let me go to 15 and earth. Take time to ground yourself. The earth is our home and we are part of nature, not apart from it. Do all you can to take positive custodianship of the world around you. Pay attention to your body and your home. Turn your eyes towards home. Avoid disconnection with devices and extreme busyness. Okay, and then air as well. It's like thoughts and groundedness or something. Be flexible yet grounded. Allow yourself free thought. Move and choose. Find your freedom. Use your voice resourcefully. Stand up for what you believe in. Be mindful of the way you communicate. Yeah, so somebody does have to stand up for something they believe in. Somebody does have to be quite fierce right now, but there's a big message here about not being angry. It's like you can state your truth and not get drawn into an argument about it. It's like there's something about like keep your temper and your integrity. Like it's like there's eyes on you. It's not just about winning the fight right now. I want to say it's not just about saying your piece or winning the fight. It's about how the way you act in this situation, how people will perceive you. There's something about how you're perceived that's important. 20. I say I can't tell if this is two different people or like the same person or like it's strange. Beauty is all around us if we care to observe it. The natural world provides so much of it. However, beauty is highly subjective. Love yourself first and know yourself. Look for the beauty in the situation. Ask and your questions will be answered. So love yourself first. Work. To love your work is a gift. Find a balance between work and rest. It is worth aligning your work with your purpose if you can. That is quite important to Leo, specifically to people who have a Mars in Leo placement. It's like whatever you have to do, it has to come with a sense of purpose and a sense of that what you do matters. Being positively, mindfully engaged in your work, no matter what it might be, is healthy. Someone may be attempting to micromanage you at your job, and this is not an optimum way to work. Perhaps it's time to be your own boss. And then you've got Tiger and Will, 34. Exercise your will and determination in ethical ways. Do not place your will over another's. You do not have control over anyone but yourself. That has been a key message for the past week and a half, about understanding that we only have control over ourselves. We only have personal autonomy. We can't make other people do what we want them to do. I mean, we can, but it's not going to be good karma for yourself. At the end of the day, we only have control over ourselves, and that includes how we react to things. You know, it's very easy to see ourselves in a victim mentality of, I'm having a bad day, I feel bad because this person says this, I'm sorry for myself because this happened. No, that happened. You have control over your own feelings and your own thoughts and your own actions. Nobody makes you do anything. Nobody can make you feel anything that you're not prepared to feel. And when you start to see other people's behaviour as part of their life and their journey and the stuff that they're dealing with and that they have to work through, it's much, much easier to separate your energy. Again, I'm talking about those energy bubbles, separating your energy bubble from them and being like, they're behaving that way, that's their business, nothing to do with me. I think it's helpful, especially if you find it hard to take responsibility for your own feelings. I don't know if this is you, Leo. I'm getting that it's not you for most of you. It could be somebody that you're dealing with. Okay. You do not have control over anyone but yourself. Do not be afraid to be fierce, especially as a woman. We can ride our healthy anger. Again, this is talking about the anger, right? We can ride our healthy anger, but we must eventually transform it into something more useful. They're trying to give me something again. I'm not quite getting it. It's something like, it's like anger without purpose. I'm not getting the end of it. I don't know if it's an actual quote. I'm not familiar with it, but they're saying something like anger without purpose, or purpose without anger. No, that's not what they're. Anger without purpose. I'm sorry, I can't get it. It might come back. That might be it, but it feels like there's more. Anger without purpose. I can't get it. I'm curious to see if it's an actual quote when I finish now. Again, with the tongue twistering. Be fluid in your thinking. Holding on to old ideas in a rigid way is not beneficial for you. A nimble mind is a healthy mind. It's never too late to admit you were wrong or to change your mind according to new information. Levitas, Latin for volatility. Interesting, outer core, and then it's coming through with volatility. I don't think this is you. I think this is... I've been getting something this week about it's not just been this week, it's been for maybe about a month, but it's coming through very strongly today about two feminine energies, I want to say, who are very, very, very similar. Very similar. They could even have like, you know, very similar positions in the chart, or very similar signs, and but they're handling it differently. Again, with this, I pick my poison. So what I was specifically getting, because I was getting things like copycat and stuff as well, it's like two people who are very, very similar. And they're so similar that it's like, I want to say that there's one that's good and one that's bad, if I was going to simplify this. But the good one pretends to be bad and the bad one pretends to be good. So you can see how there's a lot of confusion there with the two. So somebody's really struggled to figure out. It's like almost like they've been dealing with one, right? They've been dealing with the one that pretends to be good, but that's actually quite bad. And I say bad, it's not right to say bad, but it's almost like somebody who doesn't have emotional control. They don't channel their anger in a healthy way. They care too much about the outward appearance, and they're very, very shallow. It's all like fire and rage I'm hearing with this person. It's like chaos. It's just like chaos, volatile, chaotic, over emotional energy. I want to say like Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups in reverse, something like that. But then there's somebody else who presents it's almost like they have all the same features. It's like this thing about the jigsaw puzzle, but it's arranged differently. So you could have all those same pieces, but if you arrange them differently, then you're going to get a different result. So it's like this other person, or like this original person who's been dealing with somebody who's chaotic, looking at this second person as saying, but it's like they're the same as this person. It's like it's like they're all the same ingredients. I want to say that these two people have all the same ingredients, but the recipe is different, and the finished product is different. It's like with one you get like a lava, what is a volcano bundt cake, and the other one you get like a Victoria sponge or something. I don't know. It's like one's dramatic and one's, they're telling me just right, like porridge. You know, it's like you can have a bad cook or a good cook. Maybe it is cooking for you. It's like you can have a good cook or a bad cook, and you can give them the same recipe, the same ingredients, and the bad cook's going to do something disastrous with it, but the good cook's going to create something heavenly. It's that kind of energy that's coming through. So again, I don't know what it is for you and how it plays out, but it's like you've got, It's like somebody's dealing with like two fierce women, two fierce, beautiful, intelligent women, but one uses it for chaos and one uses it for growth, I want to say. And I feel like that's how the pick my poison comes through. Let's read Assessing. Have I read that one yet? I don't think I have. It is time to... I said, didn't I, at the beginning? It's like... I don't, maybe somebody does have... It's hard for me to tell if there's one energy, two energies, or three energies in this reading. I want to say that this is one energy and this is two energies that look very similar. It is time to assess your current position. You must make sure your blind spots are revealed and that you are honest with others and yourself. Sometimes the hard decision is the best decision. You should be able to access and move quickly based on that assessment. I am enjoying moving and choosing and moving. Again, with that tongue twister, back and forth energy, the flipping energy, it's something to do with like a tongue twist, like a flipping. Like Guess Who? They're showing me the faces. They're showing me the faces flipping down on Guess Who. It's like you're finding your main. You know, for some of you, it's like dating. You going through the dating profile, it's like there's only one choice left. It's like you've picked your poison, it's this person. It's, again, with assessing, it's like no matter how you look at it. So it's like you flip the board up, you go through it again, and it's the same person. You flip the board up, you go through it again, it's the same person. No matter how you look at it, it's like it's always that person who's the last piece of the puzzle. So fear. The time for courage is here. Again, with courage, right? Fear is only useful if it teaches you something. You must examine whether your fears are old or new, useful or unhelpful. Fear blocks flow. And the statement here is, I am courageous. It's a time to be courageous, Leo. It's a time to be brave. It's time to be courageous. It's time to trust your instincts, I'm hearing, as I look at that lion. And understand that no two people are the same. We're all like an individual fingerprint. We're all, you know, you could look at the humans in general. Most humans have hair. Normally we have a head on top of our shoulders. Normally we have two arms, two legs, a torso. But we're all very, very, very different. We're not stereotypes. So it's almost like you've encountered a stereotype. You could say this about... I won't say skin colour, but you could say something like every person that you've met with green eyes has punched you in the face. Every time you've met with someone with green eyes, always ends up with a punch in the face. And so you meet someone with green eyes and you're like, not going near that person, I'm going to end up with a punch in the face. Doesn't mean that person is going to punch you in the face. It's like, to you, that's the probability because that's what's always happened before. But it's just a theory. That person could be different, right? Maybe all those other people who punched you in your face had green eyes and a blue top on. It doesn't sound like a good combination. And what you haven't factored in is that this person has green eyes but a yellow top on. They're completely different. Tell me about the bravery, the fierceness, bravery and fierceness and confidence. Yeah, it's something to do with taking action or communicating something. The bravery to communicate, the bravery to take action. Tell me about the beauty in the outer core, beauty, appearances, outer core, the surface level, please. Five of Earth. I want to say that it's some kind of defense. It's some kind of protection against being disappointed in the past, against failing in the past. I want to say that it's some kind of, the way someone appears, it's some kind of defense mechanism. It's some kind of shield. You can say that sometimes about people who, they really, really glam up. It's like putting on the battle armor, right? Making themselves look really good, doing the makeup, doing the hair. It's like battle armor. It's protection against disappointment or something that didn't work. Putting on a brave face. It's putting on a brave face because there's something underlying it. You know, there's more to it than meets the eye with the depth there. Tell me about all the hard work. All the hard work. Something that somebody was passionate about, that they put a lot of effort into, and it's paying off big time. This is a lot of stability and security and money and finances, because it's come from doing something that they have put all their effort and passion into. This is a passion project that pays off. So if it's not paying off for you, I want to say be brave and take the action to do the thing that gets you fired up. Tell me about Guess Who. What's Guess Who for Leo? Guess Who? Guess Who? Empress and Transformation. That is Libra and the Libra and Capricorn. It's or Taurus, Libra, Taurus and Capricorn. It's the Empress card and the Devil card, if I can get my words out. 313. 313. One of my videos that I uploaded, and I want to say it was Gemini, they had something about numbers. Again, this kind of mathematician energy that sometimes comes through. There was something about the numbers, and I remember going on about like 133, 313, and like it's almost like ones and zeros, but it's ones and threes. And then I was shocked because I finished their reading, and it was I think it was 31 minutes and 13 seconds. I hope that it's on the timestamp when I actually upload the video, because when I processed the video, and you go into like milliseconds, it was 31 minutes, 13 seconds, and 31 milliseconds. It was 311331. So something coming through with that as well. It could be a mother, it could be a wife, it could be somebody who's up on a pedestal. I do feel like it's somebody who's this kind of Venus energy that comes in with Taurus and Libra. It doesn't have to be those signs, by the way. Look, another 3. 1, 2, 3. It's 3. This is like a goddess on earth. Somebody views this person as like divine, like angel on earth, like perfect, up on a pedestal. It's like this person's admired. They're too good to be true. But there's something being transformed here with this situation or this person. It's not the Devil card, it's the Death card, Scorpio energy. It's it could be an ego death. Yeah, it could be an ego death. Something to do with, yes, oh my god, yes, that's what I was getting the other day. Yeah, it's ego death. It doesn't mean that there's anything, you know, anything's going to change with this person's appearance, but perhaps they're not going to value the appearances too much. They're going to, you know, value the depths, I want to say. Again, big tie with Cancer's reading. Did I want to ask something else as well? No, I think we're good. What's on the bottom? Yeah, choices. Choices. There's somebody's number one. There's only one choice here. There's been confusion. I feel like there's an end to the confusion. No, I want to know more about that transformation card. Tell me about the transformation card with the Empress. Yeah, 2 of Cups. It's 2 of Cups. Yeah. Oh my God! Look. Yeah. No. Absolutely. Okay. Somebody's been resisting something. Somebody's been afraid. Somebody's been ignoring something, perhaps putting a lot of effort into work. Again, with this Emperor, with this lion head, Emperor's normally Aries, Taurus, but this is a very Leo-like Emperor. 2 of Cups here. This is, I feel like what's ending is both of these people's egos. And ego doesn't mean that you've got a big ego and that you're super confident. Ego is perhaps seen through your own eyes a bit too much, and it can come in with not just confidence but a lack of confidence. It's being too focused, I feel, on your own place in the world. I mean, you can go and look it up, but that's what's happening here. It's not the Death card, it's a transformation card. It's a transformation of this partnership of the feminine and masculine, whether that's in one person, in the self. But I feel like it's two people. It's two people because somebody's gaining a higher perspective. They're getting the last piece of the puzzle here, where they're finally seeing something clearly. And I think where they've had a lot of fear in the past, because that's what it is. Sorry, they're giving me a lot. They've had a lot of fear in the past because of the way that they were treated in a past relationship. I want to say, again, it can be business, doesn't have to be romance. They were treated a certain way by a certain person in a past relationship, and then this other person came along that kind of hit all the same buttons but in a different order. So it was very confusing, and there was a lot of fear because it was like, is this person going to hurt me again? Now, it could be it's the same person returning for some of you, but you're seeing them from a different perspective. You're seeing beyond the surface of things, you're seeing the depths. But somebody's letting go of the fear, or feeling the fear but doing it anyway. Saying something that they needed to say, confessing something, taking the action that they needed to take here. And then this is in alignment. This is in alignment. Two of Cups, Empress, and the Emperor, and there's some transformation of this situation. Ooh, interesting reading. Advice, please. Friday, Leo, advice. Hope. Hope is always there, even when we can't see it. Optimistic expectations can change a negative situation into a positive one. That's the transformation. It's a negative situation. It's being transformed into a positive one. Again, it's like it's the same person, or it's the same people, but the way they interact with each other is different. The way they it's like there's a new understanding, where perhaps there was a lot of competition in this relationship before. Again, it could very well be business. The Emperor and Empress tend to run things, but it feels like two people where there used to be a lot of conflict, and they went away and they worked on themselves, and now they're coming back, and they're coming back strong. Like maybe they weren't an Emperor and Empress in the past, but now they are. Celebration. Get ready to let your hair down and celebrate. It's time to go out and dance and play. An invitation could be on the way. It's like a new understanding between these two people, where they didn't understand each other before. They were looking at the situation from the surface level, but now they understand like the motivations of one another, or the depths of each other. There's confidence to transform something. So we've got Sin Gold from the Dragon deck. Do that which lifts your heart to bring forth your deep inner smile from within. Sin Gold is the dragon of gratitude, and he arrives when we need to take notice of and acknowledge old negative patterns. He asks us to recognize old emotional blocks. For example, these can be self-doubt, fear, or jealousy. He has 3 words to say about gratitude. Review your life to date and find things to be grateful for, so you can rejoice in who you are. Acknowledge the fears, the envy, the guilt, or anger within. Fear and anger, right? Accept the niggling doubts. Admit they are present, for they are a part of you. But you have no need to dwell here, for they are part of your past and are no longer relevant to your life now. Instead, revel in this is what's happening. I want to say that the fear and the anger and those kind of negative emotions are still there and present within either these two people or this person or the situation in general. But there's looking at it a new way, where it becomes something that's productive and something where you're going to learn lessons from it, rather than something that's keeping you small and chained. I want to say that it's funny that I read it as the devil. There's no devil here, I want to say. Seek the positive in your existence here on earth. Uncover the things to rejoice about. Do that which lifts your heart to bring forth your deep inner smile from within. Somebody got a secret smile as well this week. Seek a totem to act as a reminder. This can be an object small enough to carry or wear daily, maybe a beautiful shell or a crystal. Set the intention within to stay focused on being joyous and grateful, so that when this totem is on your person, it reminds you that all is as it should be. You are learning the lessons of gratitude, and you are exactly where you should be right now. Think, chant, write, or sing joy, happiness, peace, laughter, but above all, gratitude. Put it to music, dance with it, practice gratitude numerous times daily until joy and feeling grateful become an intrinsic part of your everyday life. Count your blessings until an attitude of gratitude resides in your heart and settles you into a new pattern of being. Go forward with love deep in your heart. Now, I don't know where you are on this journey, Leo. I want to say that I have friends and family and people that I know who really get quite stuck in a pattern of negative thinking, or it can be many negative patterns. Again, it could be jealousy, fear, envy, whatever it is. It's like, yes, it's normal to feel those things, but I would say sometimes we can get into certain patterns and certain mindsets that inflate those things for us, and that's us being toxic to ourselves. So look for the patterns of behavior that make you feel certain things, and try and break those cycles. It's very, very difficult, but it is possible, and it's all to do with understanding yourself and doing that deep dive, and then catching yourself when you're thinking negative things, catching yourself if you're falling into an old pattern of behavior, and it's a transformation of the mindset. It's a transformation of the way you approach life, the way you see things, the way you think about yourself, the words that you say to yourself. And sometimes there's a friend in particular that always seems to be saying negative things about themselves, and I'm like, but you're just reinforcing that. You're just reinforcing this negativity by constantly focusing on it. So there needs to be, and it's hard to say this to people as well, it's like, how do you say there needs to be a shift in focus from seeing yourself under a microscope and all your experience and all the things that happen to you as you being a victim of things, and when do you start to take ownership and saying, oh god, this is hard to say, it's really hard to say, but at least this is faceless. I'm not speaking to a specific one of you. The person I'm thinking of doesn't watch my videos, but I think a big thing this week that's been coming through is, how do you help a person who refuses to help themselves and constantly sits in victim mentality? Really that's something that part of their journey is to get themselves out of that. And I think that comes with a sense of release that you can only control yourself and your own actions and your own responses to things, and understanding that sometimes you have to let people go on their own journey and discover their own things, and sometimes that does mean letting go of people. You can say, I'm here if you need help or guidance or advice, but there's only a certain amount of time that I can spend in this, especially if they're the sort of person who really takes a lot of your time away from things that are important, or and things like that. I don't know, I feel like someone's making a choice, and they're choosing hope, they're choosing transformation, they're choosing a better mindset, they're choosing personal growth. And as I say, there's some kind of ego death involved in that. And again, this isn't ego in terms of, oh, I think I'm the best person in the world. This is seeing yourself under a microscope and focusing so much on your own personal experience that you're not seeing yourself as part of that bigger picture, right? You're only seeing your own puzzle piece and not seeing the whole story of your journey and your transformation. But I want to say that the people in this reading, these two people here, absolutely have done the work, and that's why something's transforming, and that's why there's a good future for these people, I want to say. Now, Leo, I am going to get you, my lovelies, talking about maybe having a crystal that you want to keep in your pocket or put in your wallet or something like that, wearing it as a necklace. Let's see what kind of crystal is recommended for Leo in this reading. Again, you don't have to buy it. This is Crystal Bible by Judy Hall. I'm shutting my eyes. I'm just kind of flicking through. I'm going to see what we get. I'm going here. What is this? Obsidian. I love obsidian. Maybe you could play Minecraft. Obsidian. Black, brown, black, blue, green, rainbow, red, black, silver, gold sheen. Rarity. Some colours are readily available, others are rare, and some blue-green colours are manufactured glass. Source, Mexico and worldwide. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to read a little bit just to kind of get an idea, and you can go and research it yourself if you're interested. Very cool one. Obsidian is molten lava. Oh my goodness, like with this fire as well. Oh my god, you've got lioness and protection under there as well, and power and dare. Yeah, no, somebody's leveling up. Obsidian is molten lava. It's like taking anger and channeling it into something productive, taking fear and like figuring it out, you know, facing your fears, like seeing it as an opportunity for bravery. It's all in the mindset. Obsidian is molten lava that is cooled so quickly it has no time to crystallize. Obsidian is a stone without boundaries or limitations. As a result, it works extremely fast and with great power. Its truth-enhancing, reflective qualities are merciless in exposing flaws, weaknesses, and blockages. Nothing can be hidden from obsidian. Definitely go and check out the properties of obsidian. It's also a lot of the time when people use scrying mirrors, they're made out of obsidian. I've kind of been looking for one myself. I don't want to order one online because I don't know what the size or quality is going to be. So I've been trying to find one, kind of source one locally that I can actually look at before I buy it. But not that I'm trying to spy on people. I don't know. I don't know what my plan is there for kind of receiving messages. You know, I'm not like, you know, like spying people. But yeah, scrying mirrors are a divination tool, and they're often made out of obsidian. And again, with this thing about the truth. So, took a lot out of me, that reading. I didn't know where it was going to go for a while. Interesting reading. Very interesting reading. Yeah, somebody knows what they're doing and they're going for it, I want to say. Somebody's decided. All right, do take care and best of luck with that, Leo, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye. Trust you to get a long reading. I'm trying to do 30-minute readings and yours is an hour. Leo.